Thank you, Wendy, very much. And good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, wherever you happen to be. Hopefully where you are, it is not snowing as heavily as it is here right now. Hopefully you're warm wherever you are. Wendy gave a brief introduction. I just want to share a couple of other points. In addition to working with Computer Aid, I am a member of the executive faculty at Lehigh University in their Iacocca Institute, and I'm also an adjunct professor at Lehigh University's College of Business and Economics, where I teach a class on executive project sponsorship. And if any of you are interested in what that entails or why I think that's important, feel free to reach out to me. You'll have my email before the end of the presentation. And just to confirm, let you know that I have quite a bit of experience in managing IT projects internationally. For 10 years, I was the Chief Information Officer for PPL Global, which is was the international arm of PPL Corporation, a very large electric utility. And for 10 years, I lived in Argentina and Chile and was responsible for IT operations in a number of countries. And just to give you an idea, on this map, I've depicted all of the countries where I have had responsibility either as a program manager or as an executive sponsor. So again, if any of you are interested in discussing more about international project management, I would be happy to talk to you. Now, something we're going to be doing different today, we're going to be using an interactive polling application called Slido. So what I would like all of you to do is either go to slido.com and simply enter the code EWS 2021, or if you have a QR code reader on your smartphone, simply point it at the QR code displayed here, and you will automatically join Slido for this particular presentation. And the reason we're doing this, number one, I give a lot of presentations. I've been giving presentations for the better part of 6 years, over 125 presentations to 11,000 executives and graduate students and IT professionals. And I love the interaction of a live presentation. Giving webinars loses some of that dynamic. And so we're trying this out to see whether it makes the presentation more interactive. And I think it's going to be a lot more interesting, a lot more fun for all of us. So what I'm going to do is the next slide will actually ask you a question. And if you have correctly joined Slido, you will see this particular poll, this particular question on your smartphone. And as each of us enters our choices, the results will be tallied and displayed dynamically for everyone. Hopefully we won't see a whole lot of whiskeys up here. I will put my own in. So I'll just give a couple of you, all of you, a few minutes to join Slido and to enter your responses. Now, once you've joined Slido, you will recognize or see that they have a capability for you to enter questions there also. Just so that we don't get confused, we will continue to ask you to pose your questions throughout this webinar using WebEx rather than the question capability of Slido. So I'll give you just another minute or so. The vast majority of people seem to be, including me, anxious to get my first cup of coffee in the morning. And I see that somebody changed his or her mind about whiskey. Okay, so now you have the idea. And in the presentation, I will be asking 3 questions about 5 domain areas of project management. And I think it's going to be very interesting for us to see your results. And then at the end of the presentation, I will offer to send all of you the results from this particular presentation, just as a way for you to compare your level of maturity with some of the others who are participating in this presentation. Okay, so with that, I will go start the presentation. And what are we here for? We're here to talk about why projects aren't succeeding. I don't like to say projects are failing. What I prefer to say is that there are too many projects that are failing to deliver the business value for which they were justified. And let there be no mistake, that is the one and only reason to undertake any project, especially an IT project. The project must deliver business value in one of three categories. A project is either going to increase revenue, it's going to reduce costs, or it's going to lower risk. There is no other reason to undertake a business project. And if it's not completely clear to everyone, from the executive sponsor to the project manager to every team member and every stakeholder, exactly what the business objectives of that project are, the project should be canceled immediately. And we're going to talk about that a little bit in more detail in just a few minutes. Just some statistics. I don't really want to dwell on this too much. I know all of you have seen these numbers before. The concern, of course, is that they're not improving. And we can just go through a couple here. Only 35% of IT projects are completed on time, on budget, and with promised functionality. This information comes from the PMI Pulse of the Profession survey that they conduct on an annual basis. 46% of IT projects suffer cost or time overruns and didn't fully meet users' needs or expectations. And 19% of IT projects were canceled outright, deemed to be a complete and utter failure. Now, having been an IT professional for my entire career, I personally find this embarrassing, and it's something we have got to correct, because studies have shown that by 2025, 65% of an executive's time will be spent monitoring and managing and overseeing projects. And it's a sea change, in essence, in how organizations view projects. And it's an often stated fact that the only way that business accomplish anything is by way of projects, which for those of us who are in the project management business, that's good news. Now, from a different study, this one says only 38% of projects finish on time within budget, and only 65% meet their original goal and business intent. And I suspect many of you are familiar with it, but if you're not, you should be as an IT professional. There's a group called the Standish Group, and about 2 decades ago, they started measuring the success of IT projects. And every 2 years, they issue a report called the Chaos Report, in which they identify IT projects.
Hi there, hope you enjoyed that last clip. My name is Michael Maludis, and if you'd like to watch the full 60 minutes of that last webcast, while also gaining complete unlimited access to our entire library of IT learning, simply visit our subscribe page at greatpro.org/subscribe. Unlimited annual access is $199 per year, but if you use the coupon code LEARN2EARN, you can drop that membership fee to just $149. That's less than $13 per month for unlimited access to over 1,000 hours of on-demand career development, covering the entire spectrum of IT management best practices, including business analysis and requirements, software development, quality and testing, risk management, process improvement, project management, and even digital transformation. But your membership doesn't just give you unlimited access to our vast learning library. You also get free access to our mobile app, as well as direct access to our network of over 300 of the world's leading IT consultants, all of whom are dedicated to putting practical knowledge at your fingertips so that you can learn more and earn more. I hope you will join me in becoming a member of the Great IT Professional and advancing your career with us. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button above so that you get notified whenever we publish new free webcasts each week of the year. Thank you for your time and best wishes for your continued success.